What is going on, YouTube? I am going to go back out fishing today. Going to go to the Saluda River, and we are going to actually target some striper and some trout today. I don't know if I'm going to catch some trout. Hopefully we catch some striper even, but I'm really angling for striper more so than trout today. So we'll see what we can do, and I'm just going to show you my setups real quick before I go out there. So for the trout, I'm just using a little ultralight rod. It's the Micro Series Shakespeare. I actually love this thing. I have a few rods, and I think the only thing I would probably replace it with is like a, look, I don't even know, honestly. I probably wouldn't replace this thing with anything. Maybe a Finwick, I don't know. I probably wouldn't though. I really like this rod. You don't really, it has a lot of bend to it. It's not too stiff. You kind of want that so that the fish don't, you know, unhook themselves since they got the soft mouths. It's really nice for trout. And then for the reel, I actually have one of the smallest. I believe this is the size 2000 reel for the Fluger President. Really nice reel. I highly recommend Fluger reels, especially the President and the President XT. I wish I'd gotten some President XTs, especially for bass fishing, but the President does really well. It's actually what I got on that for what I'm going to use for striper, and I think that's the either 3000 size or the 2500 size. And this one's just a little bit smaller for trout. I think the line, this is either 4 or 6 mono. I just use, you know, regular mono here. And then for the lure, I have tied on a Rapala CD1 Countdown, and it is in the rainbow trout color. And they seem to like that pretty well. Hopefully I don't lose it today by some striper biting it, because that can definitely happen as well. So we will see. For the striper setups, just an ugly stick for this other rod, a pin reel, and we got a mono leader that goes, you know, it's tied on, snell knot tied to this circle hook. I think that's a 3/0 or 4/0, and it comes all the way to this barrel swivel and then to a weight, and I think that's like a 1 ounce weight. I am not too sure. I tied that on so long ago. And then this is 50 or 60 pound braid, I think. I can't remember. I think it's 50 or 60 pound braid. So I shouldn't be losing any striper on that. I mean, you never know. If I get a 40 pounder that hooks on, I mean, it could break it, but we'll see. I usually am pretty good about setting my drag right. We'll see. Next to it, I have a Daiwa rod, and then I have that Fluger reel. Like I said, same thing, President, highly recommend. And essentially the same setup, except this is 14 mono to 14 mono. And then another circle hook, just a cheaper one, not the Gamakatsu like I got on the other one, but a cheap circle hook from just a generic one from Walmart, I think. And everything that I've tied on is using a improvised clinch knot or the fisherman's knot. I don't really prefer using, I think that might be a polymer knot right there, but I honestly prefer the fisherman's knot for most everything, unless you're tying on walking baits, which at that point you have to use a loop knot, otherwise it won't walk correctly. But fisherman knot is the way to go. It's my favorite. Improvised clinch, if you don't know the other name for it, or you can't find it. But maybe I'll make a video on how to do that. I feel like there's hundreds of them on YouTube, so probably not necessary, but I will be getting out on the water soon, and hopefully catch some big fish and some nice trout to go along with it too. We'll have a little catch and cook if I can catch anything that's, you know, within the limit size. Out there, you got to have striper between 23 and 25 inches. You can keep 1 over 25 and 3 a day total. For trout, it's 5 total, and only 1 can be over 16 inches. So we will see. Hopefully we catch some good fish. Bye now. What is going on, guys? So I finally put on the river, and I'm headed up to the dam now on Saluda. So I'm gonna stop at like the first set of rapids, try to fish for some trout, and if I don't catch any there, then I'm gonna move up and try to fish the next one. And then my final destination will be fishing near the dam, striper. I'm just gonna anchor up and try to catch some there. So stay tuned, hopefully we catch some fish here. Whew. So I'm gonna try to fish right here, but some guy just came through on a boat ripping and roaring, so we'll see. The trout are probably all spooked. We're gonna try anyways.
Honestly, I should fish over there. Oh, that was a fish right there. Alright, I think I got something going on. That was an actual fish right there. Dang. That's not a fish. Alright, after 2 boats just ripped through, I just decided to paddle on up some more. I'm gonna try to trout fish at the top stream for a little bit, and if they just keep rolling through or I'm not catching much trout, I'll go ahead and finally anchor up for some striper up there. I'll try to fish this real quick for some trout and just see. You never know. Alright everyone, I'm anchored up and ready to go. I'm gonna throw my first one out there. I gotta cut this herring off, or in half. I'm gonna use the head on this one and the tail on the other. Ooh, open this up. Leave that there for now. There we go. That looks good for the first one. We're gonna cast it. You don't even have to cast it very far, I don't think. So I'm just gonna cast it just very lightly right there. We're gonna make sure. Yep, that's set right. And then now for this one, I'm probably just going to take this out like that and do that. I hope these get taken. We'll see. Hopefully not at the exact same time. I'm gonna put this one over to the right of me just a little bit. Like right there. Not very far, but it doesn't really need to be. That's perfect. And now we wait. I don't know if I scared all the brim away, but I'm gonna try to catch some right here. There's a monster bass. That is like a 10-pound bass. That is a monster bass. There are some big bass in here. Oh shit. There are bass cruising in here, and there's like a 6-pounder, not right here that I'm about to cast on, but that I did catch. There was a 6-pounder over there. want to touch you. Spiky all around. Very spiky little creatures. That's fun. Oh. Yeah. I may come back early. I don't know. Not
catching anything?
Not yet. Well, okay. So there's a lot of motorized boats on the river, so I was just kind of moving around and exploring. I had some bait. I tried to trout fish for a little bit, then they kept running through the places that I'm trout fishing, with their motors. That doesn't work. And then so I went all the way to the top, tried to striper fish for a little bit, but it's probably too early and nothing's biting up there yet. Or they just weren't running through at the time or something. But then I went to I just tried to go explore, and I went to the back of there's this little warm place. I don't know, I've known about it since I've been in high school, but it's up there. There's this little warm water area that's different than Saluda. And I was looking in there, I caught a brim, and I should have kept the brim, and I kept looking, and there's a shit ton of bass in there, and one of them that rolled in was so big. I don't think I've ever seen a bass that big in my life. It had to be 9 to 10 pounds. Just stuck in this pool back here at Saluda. I don't know how to catch it though, because I shouldn't have thrown that brim back. I could have thrown the brim in there, but I didn't.
Something big.
Yeah. There's no, yeah, the only way to catch it probably is to just use one of those brim as bait. But I got one line in the water now for striper, trying to see if they bite at this one little eddy that I'm at, and they got to push up through, but if they don't push through in the next 30 minutes, I'm probably just going to head out.
Okay. Well, I'm going to run, then I'm going to cook the tacos, take a shower, and then I'm going to try to do another run through the class I have to teach tomorrow, because I did one and it was kind of rough, so I need to do it again.
Okay.
And then I got to fold my laundry, so just a bunch of random shit.
Okay. Alrighty then, well, I'll probably be back in an hour or so, or maybe an hour and a half.
Well, I love you. Be careful.
I love you too.
So I got another rod in the water. I'm gonna bleed this fish now to go ahead and kill it, but we need to get a measurement on it too. This is a pretty big fish. I haven't caught a striper this big in a minute. I don't think it's gonna be over 30, but that was crazy. It was on this reel. Like I had to cut the line off eventually just because the hook's all the way down in its gullet, but oh my gosh. I mean, there's only 12 or 14 pound test, and that is a just a medium sized reel, nothing big. Medium sized reel and rod. This thing, I have it max drag right now. So we're about to see. This fish is, oh, it does get to 30. It's right at 30. A little over 30, like 30 and 30 and just a little bit. Oh, and I'm about to get dragged. It gets pulled again. Here we go. Wow. I hope I'm recording. I need to lead that fish out, and this one's already on. This is insane. Dang, I hope that fish doesn't come up. This one might be bigger. Oh my gosh, guys. This might be a big fish. Let me make sure I'm recording this time. Yeah, I'm recording. It's a big fish. I need to get my hands back on the reel. They're on the reel. This is insane. I need to come back down here. Oh, y'all probably aren't looking at anything. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh. This fish was running too. These fish are crazy, y'all. These striper are really intense. What you don't want them to do is spoil you, but good thing I got this big one on now. This one looks about the same size. Took a huge run. This is the rod and reel that's more appropriate for this, especially for these big ones. Ooh, that's insane how much they run like that. He's probably going to be over the size, so I have to let him go. Maybe not though, we'll see. I hope he didn't. Whew, it's a big fish as well. I think that's over the size. Nice, I got him only on the side. Actually, he might be only 20 something. They gotta be 23 to 25. He might be over that, but we'll see. I might just let him go anyways, but that's another good fish. I'm just gonna instantly let this one go, I think. So, that other one's definitely enough meat for me. So, you guys will get to see this fish run off. This will be cool. There it goes. Another probably like, that was probably over 25. Cool. We'll get on another one real quick.